Hi guys, back out working on the C10 today. So my plan today is to start working on the roof. A previous owner had what looks like to be an aerial fitted, and then when they took the aerial off, filled it, painted it, but over time water has got underneath the filler and made a real mess of the roof. So today I'm going to start tackling that. So yeah, let's have a look at the state of it at the minute. Okay, so I'm in the bed of the truck now. Obviously there's the hole in the middle of the roof, but I think what's happened is they've had an aerial here. When they've removed it, well, when they've cut the hole originally, they ain't done a very nice job of that. It's a horrible hole. But when they've removed it, they've beat the centre of the hole in and then filled a really big area with well, filled it with filler. The filler's cracked, water's got under it, and then it's ended up being a right mess under here. So my thinking is I'm going to clean this back and take it back to bare metal, see how far this like dented area is. Hopefully I can put a patch in sort of like this size, and then it will be level out. I don't need it to be perfect, but I do need it to be watertight. This is another one of them like temporary repairs, because at some point I would like to take the whole skin off, tidy up underneath it, put a bit of soundproofing in it, and then put a new skin on the roof. So this is a temporary measure, but how long it'll be on there I don't know. Could be a little while yet. So yeah, first job, I think I'm going to try one of these paint removal tools on a drill and have a go at cleaning that rust off and taking the paint off as well. Right, I'll get set up and I'll be back. Okay, so I've got the truck covered in like a poly sheet, all by the roof. That's learning from experience. When I did the sill, there was so much filler in it that when I ground it out, it covered all the engine bay that I'd freshly had painted and put new parts in. So this time when I come to do the roof, I'm covering the rest of the truck. Save me a little bit of work later on. I'm not going to film me sanding down the roof. I'll get on with that and then come back and show you once I've sanded it. Right, so here's the roof now. I've taken all the paint off. I found the easiest way to do it is one of these knot wire wheels. The filler on the whole roof was covered in filler. It was so hard that it was like it took that to get it off. I've cut the piece out already. The roof is slightly warped, but like I said earlier, I'm going to replace it all anyway. I just need it to be watertight, so I think I'm just going to get away with putting a patch in that size, sorry. I'm going to treat what bit I can get to inside there with some rust reformer, and then make a little patch that size, and you can see there the shape of that where they've sort of hammered it in order to fill it. Yeah, make a patch that size, use that as a template, fill that hole, sand it back, then I'll rust treat the outside of this, especially around here. Like it is pretty smooth, but it's not like this here. Yeah, and then I'll come back once I've made the template, and then I'll get the fresh piece welded in. Okay, so here's my piece I've cut out. Here's the template. I essentially just drew around it, cut it out the same. So yeah, that's a like perfect fit in there now. Nice little gap all the way around it so the weld penetrates nicely. Got some magnets here so I can just hold it in place. and then yeah, get it all welded in. I've treated the inside of this with a piece of I've treated the inside of this with some like rust preventative type thing, and then I'm going to put some sort of protective paint in there. I'm also going to do it to the rear of this plate before I weld it in, so there'll be a little bit, it won't just be, this piece won't be bare. Well, what it's like on the inside I'm not sure. Looking at this, probably bare metal anyway, but I'll protect this little piece before I put it back in. So yeah, next off I'm gonna paint this, put a bit of paint inside, and then I'll come back when I'm about to weld it. Okay, I've been at this roof now for a few hours, and I'm wishing I hadn't started it. It's taking forever to get the paint off. The paint and the filler that previous owners used is rock hard. It is taking ages. I've tried wire brushes, like flat wheel discs. The thing I found working best is like one of these, I guess it's like a paint removal thing. It's like a knotted material type thing. Using that on the grinder, it still seems to be taking like a long time. So I think I'm stopping this for today, and then maybe I'll come back another day and finish the bit that I've got left. But I'll spin the camera around and show you what I've done. Okay, so here's what it's looking like at the minute. I've pretty much done about half of the roof. There was quite a few bits where there was rust underneath the paint, so you know, it doesn't feel like there's like any major dents or anything like that in the roof, which is good. There's just that side to go there. I've cut the hole out, treated the inside. I have made a patch somewhere underneath all that dust. So yeah, I'll come back once I've taken all the paint off of that side. Okay, I'm done doing the sanding or paint stripping and filler stripping on the roof. It's not in too bad condition, it's not perfect, but I'll flip the camera around now and show you what it looks like. Okay, there it is, back to bare metal. There's obviously the piece here that started all this off. You can see the darker patches all over the roof, or where there was rust under the paint. I mean, it was over quite a lot of it. So there is a little bit of damage on this edge here. It looks like, I don't know, something's been like kept on the roof of it at some point, dented it a little bit. And then here it's ever so slightly dented in where like the previous owner had hit it in order to fill the hole that was there. I've cut most of it out, but there is a slight dent, but I'm not too fussed about that. And then on the very edge along here, there's some slight dents on it. Because I plan on changing the skin at some point, I don't think I'm gonna worry about it. I'm gonna panel wipe it now. Then I'm gonna treat it, the whole lot, with some sort of rust treatment. Once that's gone off, give it like a sand back, and then prime it and satin black it. I'm not going to use any filler in it. If there's dents in it, there's dents in it. It just needs to be watertight. So yeah, it's taken a lot of time to do that, but I'm glad I've done it now. So yeah, I'm going to get on with it. I'm going to panel wipe it, rust treat it, then put a coat of primer on it. Right, I'll just show you what that's like. It's one of these rust converters that turns it black, put dark purple. So I'll leave that to dry, give it a quick sand, like a really light sand, and then I'll be on with priming it. Okay, new day. So I'm back out and I'm going to weld the roof today. So I'll just spin this camera around and show you what I'm about to do. Okay, so I've got a small pinhole just here, and obviously the main hole, I'll put the earth strap in a minute for the welder, but yeah, I'm going to start here, hope it doesn't blow through too much, and then I'll be on with the main patch. Okay, I've got the template in the hole, got some magnets here just holding it flush. I'm just going to start tacking it in. Right, that's it loosely tacked, and then I'm just going to go round. It's not quite level in all the places, but a bit of tapping, a bit of like lifting it up. I'll get it all level and then tack it all in. Okay, that's all pretty level now, so I'm just going to slowly go round and tack round it. I've got to go out in a short amount of time though, so I'm going to stop now, because I don't like to weld and then go straight out without making sure everything's alright. So I'm going to stop now for a bit. Once I'm back, I'll finish off welding that when I've got more time to hang about afterwards. Okay, I'm back from the dentist. So yeah, I'm just going to go around now, fill it all in. Okay, I didn't film any of that. It hasn't gone to plan. I've managed to warp the roof pretty well doing this. Obviously the patch is welded in. You can't really see it on here, or can you? No, you can't really see it, but I'm sure when I get some primer on it, I'll come back to it, you'll be able to see what a mess I've made of it. My main aim was really to get it watertight, so that's going to work for that. And the plan in the future is to put new skin on it. It's just a bit of a shame that I have made a real mess of that. Never mind. It's not going to leak water into it, make it any worse now. So next job, I'm going to sand back this roof, like lightly sand it, because this rust treater I've put on it doesn't leave like a nice smooth finish. And then I'm going to put a coat of primer on it. So I'll be back when I do that. Okay, I'm finally back to doing bits on the roof. I'm pretty sure it's been a couple of months since I did the last bit of the last video, but yeah, I'm not sure. I basically have had running issues with the truck, and due to commitment to going to a show in it, I left the roof. I sorted out the running issues. You might have seen that in another video by now, or you might not have. But I basically got some primer on it, sanded it back. I've coated it in satin black out of an aerosol can, just to try and protect it a bit. But as we can see here, it's still wet, so it's still a bit patchy. So I'll come back in a minute, like a couple of minutes, probably half an hour, and hopefully it won't look so blotchy. Okay, it's been an hour or so. It's still a little patchy, but it's a lot better than what it was. I'm happy enough with that to use it as it is. So that will do. You can still see the warp in the roof that I managed to do. Just about, it's pretty much dead centre. But yeah, you can see it pretty much under the reflection of the light there. So yeah, I think that's where I'm going to leave this video. So if you stayed this long, thanks for watching. Bit of a shame it turned out as a complete disaster, but at least there's no hole in the roof anymore and there is some paint on it. So I think I'm happy enough to leave that as it is until I get to a point where I can renew that skin. So yeah, I'm just going to leave that now and use it as it is. So yeah, thanks for watching. Leave me a comment, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and yeah, I'll see you on the next video. Cheers guys, bye.